In less than 5 minutes, the Gun Devil wiped out over 1,000,000 people. Not with magic, not with a Genkidama, but with fear. How can fear alone create monsters like this? That's exactly what the power system in Chainsaw Man is all about. Every devil in Chainsaw Man is born from fear. The stronger the fear in people's minds, the stronger the devil becomes. That's why the Tomato Devil is a joke. Nobody's afraid of a tomato. But darkness, weapons, war, those fears live deep inside us. And that's why the Darkness Devil and the Gun Devil are among the deadliest beings in the series. Fear isn't just an emotion, it's the currency of this world. And sometimes it shapes itself into something far worse than just a monster. Devils don't always stay in their pure form. Sometimes they mix with humans, and that's when things get really interesting. There are 3 main categories. First, devils. Pure fear, given form. Tomato Devil equals weak. Gun Devil equals mass destruction. Second, fiends. When a devil takes over a human body. Half human, half devil, but usually more tragic than powerful. The body stays, but the human inside is almost always gone. Sometimes little quirks or fragments of memory slip through, but the devil is in the driver's seat. That's why fiends feel so uncanny. Half familiar, half alien. Third, hybrids. The rarest category. Human and devil fully fuse, and both sides remain. Denji is the prime example. A boy who can transform into the Chainsaw Man. Hybrids keep their human mind, but fight with devil power. And most can regenerate with blood. As long as blood is around, they'll keep getting back up, making their battles brutally long and messy. And that's exactly what makes this system so terrifying. You never know if you're facing a human, a fiend, or a hybrid. But what if you're just a weak human, and still want devil-level power? Then there's only one option, a contract, a shortcut to power. But every shortcut comes at a price. A contract is a deal between human and devil. You give something up and gain a power in return. Some lose body parts, others time, memories, even their voice. Aki, for example, sacrifices parts of his body to gain help from stronger devils. The rule is simple but cruel. The stronger the devil, the harsher the price. A weak devil might cost you just a finger. But if you want to borrow power from a monster like the future devil, then you'll pay with something you'll never get back. And now, be honest. Would you give up your eyesight for a little power? Or maybe your voice? Forever? And it's not always body parts. Sometimes it's time. Sometimes it's your senses. Some devils even live inside their contractor, like in an eye, and in return they grant visions of the future. Sounds cool, until you realize you're paying for it every single day. That's why contracts are so fascinating. They're like gambling with your own life. Think of it like signing a phone plan. At first, you get the newest smartphone, looks great, feels powerful. But those monthly costs, they'll eat you alive. And even if you pay up, devils don't just disappear. Death is only a pit stop. Devils are almost impossible to kill for good. If a devil dies in the human world, it respawns in hell. If it dies there, it comes back to the human world. An endless loop. And here's the scary detail. When they cross over, many devils lose their memories. The body comes back, but the mind inside is no longer the same. That makes them even harder to understand and impossible to predict. The rule is simple. As long as humans fear something, the devil of that fear will return. Even if humanity burned every weapon on Earth, as long as one single person still fears them, the Gun Devil will return. Ever thought about how impossible it is to erase fear completely? You can chop them, burn them, blow them up. Doesn't matter. They'll be back. But there's one devil who breaks this rule. Among all devils, one stands apart, the Chainsaw Devil. He isn't just another fear, he's an anomaly that rewrites the rules. His power is unique. When he kills a devil, that devil doesn't respawn. It's erased from reality. No return, no memory, nothing. As if it never existed. And that's what makes him terrifying. Imagine if, in Naruto, suddenly no one remembered the 9 tails ever existed. No village, no stories, no legends. Just gone, deleted from history. The Chainsaw Devil is the eraser of this world. He doesn't just kill bodies, he deletes concepts. Even primal fears like darkness shiver at the thought of him. But raw destruction isn't the only form of power. Every shonen has that one character who doesn't scream, doesn't brawl wildly, and yet controls everything from the shadows. In Chainsaw Man, that's Makima, and she doesn't even need a chainsaw. If the Chainsaw Devil is chaos and slaughter, Makima is the exact opposite. Control. She bends others to her will, often without them even realizing it. Her power isn't loud, not explosive like a blast. It's quiet, invisible, and that's exactly why it's so terrifying. So picture this. Would you rather face a monster that rips you apart with blades or someone who calmly orders you to kill yourself? Which is worse? Makima proves that fear doesn't have to scream. Sometimes one glance, one command is enough to erase your free will. And that's more horrifying than any chainsaw. That's why she's the true boss among devils, not because she's the loudest, but because she pulls the strings while everyone else dances. If you thought Chainsaw Man was just blood and gore, Makima shows you. The scariest monster is the one you never see coming. The power system in Chainsaw Man is brutal and unique. Fear is currency, contracts cost you your life, death is just a detour. And with characters like Denji and Makima, nothing is ever predictable. It's a system that hooks you because it has clear rules, but at any moment, those rules can shatter. That's what makes Chainsaw Man special. Every new encounter could be your last. And if you want to dive into another power system that's just as insane but works completely differently, check out my video on Jujutsu Kaisen. Curses instead of chainsaws, but just as ruthless.